Hello there, and welcome to iWake. Today is Friday. It is June 14th, 2013. And I'm doing the show a day late because I wanted to make sure all the big Nintendo news got out of the way with this week. And so that's why today's show is on Friday. This is the Nintendo edition, the E3 edition, so to speak, of the podcast. So there is so much stuff to get into that I'm just going to get into it. So we're going to talk about the competitors as well in today's show, and it might be a long show, but sit tight and let's get into it. First off, Animal Crossing for the 3DS came out the day before E3 kicked off, or 2 days before, on Sunday. And I got this game. This is my first experience with Animal Crossing. I've never played these games before. And first impressions after playing for 7-8 hours this week, I'm not sure if that's accurate, but I played a lot, is that I'm instantly hooked. I'm loving this game. It's hard to describe, but basically, if you want to feel warm and bubbly and just great, mentally and almost even physically, play Animal Crossing, because by the time you leave your 30 minutes or whatever length you're in Animal Crossing for, you're going to feel all warm and bubbly and like you just went on a nice, relaxing vacation. That is what you get from this game. There is no winning, there is no losing, there is no dying. There's just peace, relaxation, and this great experience. Normally, I listen to podcasts while playing video games, but with Animal Crossing, I turn those off because it is really, I'm going on vacation. I'm trying to just unplug for a little bit and get some energy back, and that's what it is. This is a game I bought digitally in the 3DS at midnight Sunday morning, and downloaded within 20 to 30 minutes, really fast, I thought, for a Nintendo game of that size. It's about, 1 gigabyte in size. I have a 32 gigabyte SD card in my 3DS XL, and that's a game that's going to be on my XL for life. It's a game that I'm going to be hopping into probably every day, if not every day, every couple days, and it's a game I'm instantly hooked on, and I'm seeing, I love the fact that it's real time, that 9 a.m. is 9 a.m. in real life. There is no faster days or slower days. When you hop into it, that's real life. So you're basically escaping into an alternative reality of the present time, but you're in this wonderfully warm and bubbly world. So that's my first impressions. If you're playing Animal Crossing the 3DS, pop in your friend code on the YouTube comments. I will add you, and I will put my friend code in there as well. So that's that. Before getting into Nintendo exactly, let's get into their competitors. Some just major highlights to note. The Xbox One has a price point and release date, $500, releasing in November. And they've clarified their stance on used games, and it's not good. They say get 360 if you would like to have a system that doesn't need internet access. And they have a new 360 modeled after the Xbox One that is available today for $200, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, $500. As far as I can tell, they have 8 exclusives that they showed off at E3, compared to PS4, which had 5 exclusives for the system. PS4 to me is the better option, though. It's going to cost $400 this winter, November or December. Not quite clear yet on the release date, but $400, and that's a really killer thing. You don't get the eyeballs, but quite honestly, I don't think a lot of people are really enthused about the eyeballs or even the Kinect. I think it's, for many people, it's about the games, but that is something to know when going into buying the system. PlayStation and Sony really hit it hard on that. They're all about the gamers. They're all about doing things for gamers, and they're on your side. They're not having any DRM restrictions as far as used games about all these always on, because they're not. It's just as it was in PS3. Same exact system for any restrictions as to used games, and it's exciting. It really is. If I were to get a non-Nintendo system, it would probably be this PS4. Even though I hate the controller design, I know some people love it. I don't like it too much, But if I were to get one, it would be a PS4. I hate what Microsoft thinks they have the power to do with their restrictions, and I love Sony's stance with all this. So if I were to get a non-Nintendo system, it'd be the PS4. They've got some really interesting things coming up next year, 2014, with an online gaming service where you're able to stream down PS3 games and other games like that to your Vita or your PS4. And I am hoping they'll turn that into like a Netflix for gaming at some point. But they're doing some cool things, and I appreciate that. Their press conference went on way too long, and I wasn't exactly enthralled with all the games they showed, if any. That's another thing to comment on is I watched the demos, the game demos of PS4 and Xbox One, and no game really got me excited, that I wanted to play that. It's just not the type of games that I was passionate about playing. And that's partly why I own Nintendo consoles, because I enjoy the types of games from third parties and first parties that come to these consoles. So, pretty cool stuff there as far as the competition. We're having $300 starting price for Wii U, $400 for PS4, $500 for Xbox One. And by the holiday season, I'd say Nintendo's going to consolidate their lineup to a single SKU, just as PS4 and Xbox One are doing, and it'll be a $300 for 32 gig model that's basically the deluxe. So that's my thoughts there. Now, let's actually get into what happened at the Nintendo booth this year. Nintendo had the biggest booth at the show this year as far as space in the booth. They went all out with these Pikmin, with these different sets basically, and great photo ops at all these places. The Nintendo Direct opened with Pokemon, which I'm excited about. I got my first Pokemon game a couple weeks ago, and it's a lot of fun getting back into that. And it was a DS game. This will be their first 3DS entree, or game into the series, and it looks to be really fantastic. They announced aerial battles, they announced some cool stuff, but biggest of all, October 12th, worldwide release date, 7 languages. It's going to be huge. The quarter results of that quarter, it's going to be wild, because they're going to be selling it's going to be just hilarious how many copies of Pokemon are going to get sold. It's going to be on the eShops. It's going to have cartridges. I could see 30 million copies easily. Yeah, I have no idea what to predict, but that game is going to just bank Nintendo so much cash. That's going to be a big, big release. So that's pretty huge for that going on. Next up, they announced the next Mario game for the Wii U. And this is a continuation of the Super Mario 3D Land series, started off on the 3DS. And it's called Super Mario 3D World. It's coming out in December for the Wii U. And this is a title I'm really excited about. So a lot of people were really down on the fact that this isn't a spiritual successor to the Galaxy series in any way, because it's not. The Galaxy series, Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, that's pure 3D experience that we have grown up to love, many of us. Super Mario 3D Land is a different beast. It's an amazing beast. I played this. This was one of the first games I got for my 3DS, and it's a masterpiece. The level design is so intuitive and so creative, and it was one of those games that I just laughed in delight in many points of gameplay because it was that good. And this expands upon that for the Wii U in a really cool way. So this is kind of halfway between a 2D and 3D platformer. It's a full 3D platformer, but in the level designs and concepts in many ways, it's got many great elements of the 2D. So it's a great kind of middle ground that is, I think, a really creative space to play in. And with the console, they're going to have larger level designs. They're going to have clear pipes, which is a really cool concept in use they're doing here. So there's going to be enemies in these pipes that you can shoot fireballs at, or you can just hop in the pipe at the appropriate time to get to. You can get coins, and so pipes are going to be part of where you need to explore these levels to get your items and things. The coolest thing, though, I think beyond that is the cat. So there's a new cat power up that's a part of this game work design here, and the cool thing here is, many people think it's just another power up. What does that do to the game? But you're able to climb up walls and pounce on enemies. Now, climbing up walls is a huge thing. What does that do? Well, that introduces a verticality to level design. So you're able, from a design standpoint, those game designers are able to design levels not only horizontally but vertically too, where you're able to scale walls, explore stuff up top, have alternate routes to the end, perhaps, and it's gonna be a whole slew of amazing designs and levels that we have never seen before. The raccoon tail, the flying Mario, we've seen before, but it's only been really to get into the clouds, to get in these secret areas that were more secrets rather than core elements of the design of the level. So this is a huge fundamental addition to the series, I think. I think a lot of people may be missing over that, but these level designs are going to be top-notch, and I can't wait to play this. And also of note, you can play as any of the four characters found in Super Mario Bros. 2. So, American version. That's Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach. And they all play slightly differently. Toad is fast but can't jump very high. Mario is standard. Luigi is very loopy but has some cool stuff there with his jump. Peach can float in the air using her dress, and it's very cool. There's a lot of stuff I see Super Mario Bros. 2 emphasizing in the games this year. That, as well as the new Donkey Kong game that we'll get to a little bit later. But this will be a full 3D platformer that has 4-player multiplayer, which is going to be really cool. It's a bit odd they chose to use the D-pad for players 2 through 4 on the Wiimote. I hope they change that, because I really think an analog stick is necessary, and I'll be curious if there is Pro Controller support for that, or if they're stuck using D-pads, which I don't think will work out that well. This is one of the 4 games that will be available at Best Buy tomorrow on Saturday, and I will be going to Best Buy. You'll be able to play at their demo stations. Super Mario 3D World, the new Mario Kart 8, the Wind Waker HD, as well as the last game is Donkey Kong. So we'll get to all those shortly, but that's all going to happen on Saturday if you go to a Best Buy that's listed on their website. So that's Super Mario 3D World. Super excited about that. It comes out in December. Next up, they announced Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Its big thing with this one is anti-gravity mode is what they're calling it. But basically, this enables you to have alternate routes on the track. So you can drive on the wall. Say you're in Luigi's Mansion race, you can drive on the walls of this mansion. You can drive on the ceiling. And this is really cool. So with 3D World, they've got the cat suit, so you can go up vertically. Now with Mario Kart, you're able to go on the walls and ceilings. So in both of these games, they're exploring and opening up level designs not possible in the past, because you're able to go to different dimensions of the screen that were just not possible. So this game, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with level design and race design as far as that's concerned. So that's some pretty cool stuff as far as that's concerned. They announced spring 2014, so sometime before April is in my mind, which is the end of their Q4 for Nintendo. So I think that it'll come out by then. Similar time frame from the Wii version, only a year earlier in its life cycle. So that's pretty cool. They announced a couple of different things after that. They announced Wii Party U, kind of tabletop games that you don't even need the TV for, that are playable entirely on the Wii U gamepad. Of course, there are games that aren't just tabletop, but the tabletop stuff really interested me. This, to me, really feels like what Wii Sports was for the original Wii. That Wii Party U, it's got a lot of general appeal, I think, as a party gameplay thing that will attract a lot of people to it. I'm not sure if it'll be the mass hit that Wii Sports was, but I think this should have been the packet instead of Nintendo Land, in my mind. So that's coming out sometime, I think November is what they announced. We have We Fit You, which is coming December 2013. So after you eat your big cake, you can go exercise with We Fit You. No other details have been announced. They're just polishing the gameplay elements, working on the hardware, because this one will have kind of a Fitbit that goes with you. And Miyamoto expressed his appreciation of your patience as they work on perfecting these titles and get them out the door. It has taken them longer on many titles, and so that's something. Next up, they went over this new thing, Art Academy, and they're doing this special thing with the Miiverse. They showed off that the fact that Miiverse is being used as this major artwork gallery in place that artists create amazing artwork, and that's been shown time and time again. If you're looking for some cool stuff artwork-wise, go to Miiverse, because there's cool stuff there. And they're adding all these great tools for artists with Art Academy. So that's something they're working on. I'm not sure when that will be out, but I'm excited to see what artists do with that. I'm not an artist, really, but I appreciate looking at the stuff being created through that. So besides that, Miiverse has now the ability to share at the Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. After that, they showed off this third-party reel of all these awesome games coming out. You have Assassin's Creed 4, the new Batman, Deus Ex, Disney Interactive's Disney Infinity. You have Just Dance 2014, Rayman Legends, Scribblenauts Unmasked, Disney Planes, Shin Megami, Skylanders Swap Force, Sonic Lost World, which I'm really excited about, Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell. All those really pretty cool games, especially those last three there. Watch Dogs and Sonic Lost World are going to be fantastic. Then he went over this digital eShop in releases only, where that's all they're going to. It's kind of these indie games. You have Ballpoint Universe, Cloudberry Kingdom, Coaster Crazer Deluxe, DuckTales Remastered, Dungeons & Dragons, Mutant Mudds Deluxe, which is out yesterday, Odds World, Scram Kitty, Shovel Knight, Spin the Bottle, A World of Keyfligs. So a lot of those are really inventive games and really cool games that are going to be on the eShop exclusively. So that's some pretty cool stuff there. So after all those little kind of teaser videos of just splashes and stuff, they went into Wind Waker HD. It's coming out this October for the Wii U, and I've never played Wind Waker. I'm going through all the Zelda series, and I think I might actually wait and just do this one instead of playing the GameCube version. They've done some enhancements. First off, you're able to make your boat go faster when you're on the open sea, which they weren't able to do that in the GameCube version because they couldn't load the sea fast enough on the GameCube. The hardware just couldn't do it. They've also added this thing with Miiverse and the Tingle bottle. So they've got some cool stuff as far as that's concerned. I'm not exactly sure how that all works. They've enhanced kind of the pacing of the game, so many people complain towards the end it dragged in a little bit. So they've done many things to tighten this game up and kind of perfect it. So you can expect this to be the perfected version of the Wind Waker for Zelda game. And it was a really good project for them to learn HD and how that works. They've commented before that HD coding and creating games for HD is a different beast, and we're seeing the fruition of these projects, and this is a really cool one that I'm excited to play because I had never played it before, and I actually like Zelda remakes because I think they're better the second time around. So with that's coming out October 2013. I'm really excited for that one. Next up, The Wonderful 101 is coming out August 23rd in Europe. I'm not sure if that's the same in America. I watched the Europe feed as that was the more stable one. Wonderful 101, it looks fantastic. This is a game that's going to be very inventive as far as its gameplay, very weird and wild, kind of Pikmin 3 on steroids sort of thing as far as just the craziness of the story and what's going on there. Pikmin 3 was not in this Nintendo Direct because it's been featured so much in the past. But the more I hear about Pikmin 3, the more excited I am to play this. Initially, I wasn't too sure was for me. But then as I've been hearing more about it, more impressions of the gameplay, I'm really excited to actually play this game. So that's coming out in September, I believe. Pikmin 3 in the United States. Next up was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for Wii U. This is a sequel to Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii and now the 3DS from the same studio, Retro. It's coming out this November 2013, and it looks great. It